our first caress.
Kevin Hunter Jr. reveals how his dad is trying to get rid of Wendy. Is Wendy Williams' husband trying to get rid of her? Sometimes when you're ill, you get to see the dark side of your family, and that's what Wendy seems to be going through right now. Has her ex-husband fully forsaken her? Before I get into the details, click the subscribe button so you never miss out on a video when it's being posted. Kevin believes his mother is being exploited. The Sun released an exclusive interview Monday, June 5th with Kevin Hunter Jr., Wendy Williams' only child, where he went in depth about his mother's well-being and alleged mistreatment at the hands of her team. Days later, her manager, Will Selby, spoke on Hunter's claims and gave an apparent update on how the former radio/talk show host is doing. According to Entertainment Tonight, Selby and Williams' rep, Sean Zanotti, confirmed that she is currently not being hospitalized in New York, but is doing her best to be her best at a treatment facility. She's taking it day by day, Selby explained. And that's another thing too, does anybody even ask how's she doing? Does anyone even care? I feel like everyone just puts out negative information about her and that's the focus. Why don't we just stop for a moment and just say, hey, how is she? Is she doing okay today? Why is that not the focus? Why isn't that what we're talking about on a daily basis? The jewelry-turned-manager added, just understand that she's a human being that's going through a lot. She's dealing with a lot and support her, please. After battling Graves' disease and lymphedema, Selby claimed that Williams is focused on Wendy 2.2 in her new chapter of her life. He has also refuted Hunter's allegations that he's taking advantage of Williams' circumstances. Taking advantage of her for what? To get what? To do what? Wendy is under a guardianship. Everything that she does gets approved by the guardianship, a court-appointed guardianship, so no one, even if they wanted to take advantage of her, everything has to get approved by that court. Zanotti chimed in, stating, "This publication has released false narratives with the intent to release stories without fully vetting information, which is a disadvantage to the public and is unprofessional and unethical. We ask the world to continue to pray for the well-being of Wendy and that she continues to recover from a very traumatic 2 years." In a video interview with ET, Selby directly addressed Hunter Jr., saying, "If your mother was near death, would the first thing you do is call an online publication? I'm not trying to have a debate with Kevin, and I'm not here to be combative about whatever allegations he has. He's entitled to his opinion. I'm just trying to say, us as adults, let's utilize common sense." As previously reported, Hunter does agree that Williams' health needs to be prioritized above all else.
Right here, look.
Okay.
Please. No, look closely.
Right.
Hold up, please. Will, hold up. I can't hold it higher. Huge diamonds. Do you see this? So many years I can't count. Will.
So, Wendy.
How is Wendy doing? Let's get into the details of what Hunter had to say. Kevin Hunter Jr. claimed in a new interview that his mother's body does not process booze at the same rate that a normal person's body would. "We've spoken about it," he shared with US Sun Monday. "I've said, this is one thing where you don't know how to approach it normally, and that's fine. And it's gotten to a point where, yes, it could have the effect that it might be fatal because it affects her way worse than a normal person since it stays in her system." Hunter, who lives in Miami and took care of his ailing mother from late 2021 to the spring of 2022, said he is not only concerned about Williams' declining health, but also that her team, which includes jewelry-turned-manager Will Selby, is taking advantage of her financially. In the interview, he discussed his mom's reported battle with alcoholism and other health issues and how those conditions have made it easier for her inner circle to allegedly take advantage of her. Kevin said to The Sun, "I know there are all sorts of things happening that I know in her right mind she would never agree to." He also shared, "As hard as it is seeing her being taken advantage of, I know that if I'm making sure she as a person is okay, that is the most important thing." What's been made more important by the people around her is that while her health may not be great, she needs to keep an earning income, and in my opinion, that should not be a priority at all, he told the outlet. And whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better. Hunter further claimed that the people surrounding his 58-year-old mom, who remains under a court-ordered guardianship, are exploiting her alcoholism by having her sign contracts while she was in rehab last summer. I feel that when it comes to people wanting to help her, a lot of it is coming from a stance of, okay, she's alone now, he said. Let's try to see how we can make her act the way we want her to act if we kind of control the rate at which she's handling herself.
This is what we do. Louis Vuitton or nothing.
Kevin believes his mother will eventually become aware of the craziness that's been going on. He continued, "What's been made more important by the people around her is that while her health might not be great, she needs to keep on earning an income, and in my opinion, that should not be a priority at all." He alleged, whoever has been hired, they are taking advantage of someone who needs to get better. Selby blasted the college student's claim, telling the U.S. Sun that the majority of Hunter's statements were false. "I was in Miami with Kevin. I forced him to have a conversation because he seemed a little disgruntled," Selby said, seemingly referring to Hunter's being evicted from his $2 million apartment last year after losing his mother's financial support. "I spoke to him face-to-face, 1,000%. I was like, if there's a problem, let's talk. If there's an issue, let's have a conversation." Selby added, "There is so much here that is inaccurate, it's really not worth me commenting." Zanotti, meanwhile, declined to comment at first, but later issued a statement about false narratives circulating online. "We ask that the world continues to pray for the well-being of Wendy as she continues to recover from a very traumatic 2 years," she told Entertainment Tonight.
So, how was the workout tonight?
Very nice.
That's great.
What muscles did you work
I've been
out?
working out for a long time.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, you're looking good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Although Williams previously concealed her battle with alcohol abuse, Page Six spies caught the shock jock drinking at Fresco by Scotto and then gay bar the Townhouse in March, just a few months after she left rehab. Zanotti dismissed the sightings at the time, telling us that her client, whose history with substance abuse dates back to the 1980s, was simply celebrating a new lease on life. Williams sparked even more concern when she began selling off her belongings inside her New York City penthouse, which was once again reduced to a spring cleaning. However, it was clear that the Ask Wendy author was no longer in good health when she dropped out of a speaking engagement at the Atlanta Women's Expo at the last minute in May. She was reportedly hospitalized, though Zanotti denied that she was in the hospital at the time of the report.
Hey Wendy, how are you?
Hey Wendy, looking amazing.
Thank you.
How you doing today, Wendy?
Great, thanks.
Have an amazing day, all right, Wendy?
Thank you. Amazing day, Wendy.
However, Hunter Jr., whom Williams shares with her ex-husband Kevin Hunter, told the U.S. Sun that Selby confirmed his mother did, in fact, spend time at the hospital. He does not know her current whereabouts. "I'm praying that whoever is in control now doesn't ruin whatever hope there is for her to get back up again," he said. "We hope there is contentment among those caring for Wendy, and we hope she makes a speedy recovery." Anyway, let's wrap up. Do you think Wendy is being exploited? Do you think her son is doing enough? Tell us below. That's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.